Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Katelyn from Florals.com and today I have my Killer Kit video for the month of September, and I can definitely tell you guys that September for me was a slower month. It was actually more focused on making memories rather than capturing them, but I thought I'd do a quick glance at what's left in my kit, which is practically everything, and then show you guys what I did make this month, which is always the fun part. So to get started, yes, I did not have any empties this month, although I came very, very close, and if I did push it a little bit more, I could have done one or two more layouts to capture some empties, but that's no worry. I do believe this kit would come back around and be used in different elements, at least from each of the pieces in my pages upcoming, so that's definitely a fun thing. So I'm just going to start going through these pieces and just sort of show you. If you do have questions about the products, I'll have the supply list over on my blog if you're interested in something that's here that you might not have seen in the kit share. And if you guys are looking for all of the projects I made, I'll have the playlist for September linked down below so you guys can see what goodies I used on those layouts this month. Now to get started, I do have some things I never touched, including these items here. I did not get any stamping this month. I used a little bit of this set from Social Paper Plan. I do have all the Magical Forest ephemera over here still. I just have to sort it back into which section it goes into so I can put that away. I used one of the Scrap and Happy Studio Flair, which is one more than I didn't use before, so that's a positive. I somehow did not sneak in this one sticker that I really wanted to use up this month from We Are Memory Keepers, but eventually we will get there. I did end up using a couple of these rub-ons, which they're definitely fading fast. I need to either use them or trash them, so I'm happy to make a small dent in them, although I'd love to finish these up maybe next month. Similarly, this was a new set, Freckled Fawn, and I did put a little dent in it, not too much, but something towards using it up nonetheless. Getting into the papers here, I did keep some of the papers not used, of course. We got these two from Paper Pads. Then we got a Heidi Swap one. Then we've got crepe paper. This is a Maggie Holmes. And then, of course, more from my paper pads. So we use some papers, obviously, but not all of them. And, you know, 6 going back in the stash isn't as bad as all of them going back in the stash. So progress, at least in some capacity. Now, one of my favorite things this month was this Magical Forest sticker set. So there were a bunch of pages here, and I used a little bit off of each page. This one probably the most, if I'm being honest, but happy to use up some of these and alongside the rest of the Magical Forest collection, which you'll see. I used a tiny bit of my Jen Hadfield sticker book, but as you can tell, it's hard to tell because this is a well-loved sticker book. So progress in the right direction on this one because I'd love to finish a sticker book this year, but we're running out of months, so we'll see. This is another close to empty. One measly little cork sticker left. I could have shoved this on a page later on, but decided not to, so that'll go in my use it up drawer. I used quite a few of these bows that I expected I wouldn't actually use this time around, but I did use 2 of them in the green and the yellow, and you guys will see those on the layouts upcoming because I really love how that turned out. My thickers, I used a couple of these, so now I just have some pieces that are left, like of, are, to, and is, and this will actually be part of a Patreon video that I'm working on about mixing and matching the fonts for titles, because things like these make help of not using your favorite alphabets from your favorite fonts when you have these pre-made ones like this that are left over. So if you're interested in checking out Patreon, I'll have that link down below. This is a half-empty sheet from this sticker set, which has one left that says Love Grows here, and this is my second set of this sticker set, which is from Jen Hadfield. So progress in the right direction, especially since it's a duplicate set that I had, so I'm pretty happy with that. Next up, the Pink Paisley Again and Again. This was a brand new alphabet that I finally broke out and used, which, what more could you ask for? Finally using something you've had sitting around. Back to Magical Forest, this is the 6x8 paper pad. I didn't use a ton of it. I did audition a ton of it, so some pages are just chilling out here, but I used some of it, and it's really hard to use a 6x8 paper pad of a collection that you don't have the 12x12 of because you want to cling on to these papers, one, because they're absolutely beautiful, but really, really pretty nonetheless, and happy to have this in my stash to keep using. I didn't get to the Tim Holtz metal pieces that I recently got in a Simon Says stamp grab box. I'll have that video linked down below too if you're interested. And neither the Dollar Tree rub-ons, although some of you said you've had good experiences with these. So there will be a Dollar Tree testing video coming up. I thought it'd be on one of these layouts, but didn't end up working for a lot of the color schemes. I think the orange really threw me off, but still would like to use these in an upcoming video for you guys. Then we have some Amy Tangerine stickers that I did not use but are well loved, so it's not a huge deficit to the thought of being successful with this kit. I used a couple of these Jen Hadfield washi strips, at least one, if not two. So we're making progress. There's just some that I'm going to struggle using, like these big word phrase ones, but we will figure it out and we will make more progress soon enough. This is the pocket letter that came with my lovely package from Jana, who sent me all of the Magical Forest things, and I did use a couple pieces of it. I used some of the gems here, and I used a couple of the tickets and tags. I didn't end up using any of these glitter stickers or the tag ones or any of the washi tape, but I did audition a couple of these. They're just a little bit busier for my style, so I need to do like a white background layout to use those. But love hanging on to pocket letters, and we have to take in and appreciate this one more time because how adorable. Love it. The Meow stickers, I did actually use a few, so you guys will see those on the upcoming page. At least I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. Now I'm confusing myself already. This is the clear sticker sheet. I don't know if I used anything besides the one title, but you guys wouldn't be able to tell if I didn't use anything anyway, so I promise I did use one. And then this was a brand new 12 by 12 sticker sheet that I put a big dent in, to be honest, more so than I thought I would. And that's just happened to be the pictures that I scrapbooked happened to go well with like this home theme from Cartabella, and really love the quality of these. I'm very, very excited to start looking at more Cartabella items. I don't have too many. I think I have like a 6 by 6 paper pad, a sticker sheet, and maybe a couple other embellishments that I can think of off the top of my head, but really love the quality of these. I did make a little bit more of a dent in my chipboard piece here from the Gather collection, and I wish I could have done more, but I'm really happy that I used, I believe, 3 pieces from it, especially since there's such large chipboard pieces. And a tip that a lot of people use for these thicker chipboards that they love the design of is you peel off some of the backing on them to make them a little bit thinner. So you can always do that if you have chipboard that's overwhelming to you. And then we dive into the layouts. Now, I have these in reverse order, so the newest one's on top. If you guys have not seen this one, it's recent on my channel, so definitely check that out. But the entire playlist for the month will be linked down below. And again, not a ton done this month. Again, as I mentioned, I was focused on making memories, and for those of you who don't know, I'm actually teasing it over on Instagram already, but we'll be bringing it here to the channel as well. I recently had the amazing opportunity to go on vacation with my father out west, and if you guys don't know, I grew up on the East Coast my entire life, and he's never been out west in that capacity, so we went to, we flew into Vegas, went to Utah, and then went to Arizona and did that sort of loop and had a ton of fun, and we'll bring you guys along on those vlogs, so definitely subscribe if you're interested in those, and of course seeing me scrapbook that trip, because that'll be a beautiful time and I love all the photos already, so definitely do that. But since I haven't been at my desk a majority of this month from that trip, I had a work trip and just September was a whirlwind. I didn't get too many done, but I love the ones I did get done, and I think that's the important part here. So this one was actually a mood board challenge that Sarah Scraps and I do. So I mixed in some papers from my stash along with the embellishments from my kit, and I adore how this one turned out. And I'll have the process video linked down below for you guys, but I absolutely love it. This one was a process video I threw together for a Harry Potter page, which if you guys have the crepe paper Magical Forest, let me know if you think it reminds you of Harry Potter, because it definitely reminds me of it. And I had to scrapbook some of the photos I have from the Wizarding World, of course, and so this is what I came up with. And again, I'll have this process video linked down below. Really love this page format, very simple and easy to throw together. Next up, this one needs apparently more adhesive since it is pulling up the washi tape, but this was another mood board challenge for Sarah Scraps and I, and if you guys have not subscribed to Sarah, definitely do so. She makes amazing process videos and other crafty videos, especially card ones. But this was a super fun one to put together because it's a Disney layout. And as you guys know, I'm starting to get back into the trickle of my 2016 album to try to finish that. I'm actually on my second album for that, which wasn't planned, but when you go on like your first cruise, you just take a crap ton of photos, and I wanted to capture everything. So this is the park section of that trip, and this is the Hollywood studio show with Beauty and the Beast. So love this one, and did like sort of a transformation. Just love the gold and purple. Definitely check out our Mood Board Madness series. That'll be continuing through the rest of the year. This one was one of my favorites from the month. Not my favorite, but it does use some of those cat stickers I mentioned, and then has a super fun cluster down here. I just scrapbooked a lot of my cat Lily this month. Poppy did not seem to make it into the appearances, but I promise I do take photos of Poppy as well. But Lily's color scheme of her fur with the orange and the gold tones just works so well for the color scheme of this kit. So I really love this one and the design of this one. And this was inspired by a sketch from Chrissy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, which if you guys have not kept up with, absolutely loved it. Go look at her Facebook group. I'll have it linked down below because I went through a bunch of the fun inspiration stuff that went on during September, which included that. And this is what I came up with for one of the days. But had a ton of fun doing this, and I'll have the blog post linked down below for this one because it explains a lot more about all the challenges that went on for September. And if you guys want to sort of go back and do those challenges for yourself in the month of October, that'd be super fun, I think. So definitely check that out. It'll be linked down below. And then similarly, this was the first layout I made the month of September, and it was by far my favorite. And something about diving into a new kit with new products like the Crepe Paper Magical Forest stuff was all new to my kit and to my stash, and I hadn't touched it. And I had Freckled Fawn stuff that was new, and I had that sticker sheet from Cartabella that was new, and I did a mix and match title, which means this is actually part of my Patreon mini class I'm working on. So I do a process video for this, but it is staying exclusive to Patreon. So if you're interested in getting more exclusive content from me, Patreon will be linked down below, and it starts at $1 a month. So I'm super stoked with how this one came out, and since you guys haven't seen it, I'll do some close-ups here. And of course it's a food layout, which I want the food right now that I'm filming this again. Like, just even looking at these photos, I want that so bad. It's one of my favorite meals, but I loved putting this one together, and just all of them together. There's something about the Crepe Paper Magical Forest that sort of like propelled me into like this mystical fantasy world. Like I said, it inspired me to go to my Harry Potter photos from the Wizarding World that I visited a few times, and just really capture like this whimsical side of life. And that's exactly what we want to do, is let our collections inspire us to tell us our stories. So hopefully you guys are inspired to use the Crepe Paper Magical Forest collection if you own it or something similar in your stash, based on the layouts I made this month. Again, I will have the playlist linked down below as well as the blog post linked down below in case you guys are interested in checking out more about these. But thank you guys so much for your support. In September and October will be an action-packed month, and I hope you guys are ready to see my kit on October 1st. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already, so you don't miss out on those vlogs I talked about, on more videos that I talked about, and all the fun things to come. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!